back to another ETH update. In my video yesterday, we're talking about how we actually are expecting a further move back up, but there is a lot of key resistance up ahead. So at the moment, we can see it's rejecting this moving average here. It's holding it as resistance, the 20 EMA, and it's now back testing the other moving averages, the 6 and the 12, which it just reclaimed in the past day. So it's important that it's used as a pivot point to pump into there. And Trump is going to speak today, and this can have an effect on the market in both directions. So of course, it looks like a support retest at the moment for continuation into this zone between 2.1 and 2.3k. I think this is where we'll find a rejection, maybe with positive news coming from Trump and just from the signals there itself anyways. So regardless of what Trump says, at the moment, this should just be a retest for continuation up into here, and maybe we get up into there before the weekend because the stock market shuts on Friday. So it could be that it starts weakening, the momentum starts being lost, and so that makes sense to be within this area, within this zone. So if the Trump news is bullish, then that's going to act as a catalyst to pump into a higher price, maybe instead of 2.1, maybe as high as 2.3. Do you understand? So he will just make it happen quicker than what it should already do anyways. The path is up without Trump saying anything, and if he says anything bullish, it's just going to happen a lot quicker. Now, if he says something that's perceived bearish, he might not say something bearish, but for example, last time when there was a Bitcoin strategic reserve and then all the leading people in crypto were there in the White House, he said everyone should hold Bitcoin, and then went on to say, I think that's what you do anyways, showing little understanding. So although he has people of knowledge telling him to sign off on a strategic reserve, he's not actually understanding it himself quite just yet. So he can say a comment that can have a negative effect on the market. So we just need to be aware of that. And in that case, this key level would be lost of support, and that'll be very negative for a move up into here, because there's pretty much confirmation that it will continue lower if he speaks negatively or just says something that's perceived negative. It's very important to get this continuation up here. So we need to see the moving averages held with today's daily candle close. It must hold above $1,975, the 6 moving average. That should then give continuation into this zone. But if you followed along from my update yesterday, which I urge you to do, and try and keep up to date with my Bitcoin ones, they're the most important. And if you want any teachings on Bitcoin or crypto in general, want to learn how to read the charts just like me, use the links down below. I've got multiple options. You see it in the bottom of the video, the ebook, the mentorship, or the Discord community. You can find more information on them on the website. But if you did follow along from the past updates, you know, even if we get this move up into that zone, we can see the 200 weekly moving averages there. Guys, that's 200 weeks creating an average. If price is below that, you know, you're long-term bearish. So the chart could be switching. That's why a few days back we did say, could this be the bear market? Because even a rally back up is meant to be a dead cat bounce. Even if this level's recovered, there's so many bearish crosses up ahead, it could pump as high as 2.8 to 3k and still roll over into new lows. Technically speaking, yes, that's a possibility hanging over its head. Absolutely. Well, if it's not recovering the bearish cross or the golden ratio, then that is the case. It can pump that aggressively and roll into new lower lows. That is the risk at the moment, guys, even with the bounce. So at the moment, I just think the bounce is going to take us into that moving average, like 2.1, 2.3, and then we'll take it from there, where I expect it to slow down and reject. You'd hope that it forms a higher low to recover, but there's so many resistances up ahead. I will update it as it develops. If you want to keep further in the loop, join the Discord community. Links are down below. Otherwise, stay tuned on the channel. Like, subscribe, comment. Help me achieve 10k subs, and turn on that notification bell also. Cheers.